Still, just another 10 more... Well, okay, 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes from now. Still just reading on the range of the AI stories, and I'll assure myself again that I know that what I've been saying, and saying as well, was mostly authentic. Amidst the struggle. There's a lot of these things are collapsing in real time. Truth is, we can't really do anything. It's a case we leap in the fire. But now there are the consequences now for others who never saw the signs. And they don't bother the victims until it is too late. So this is where we're left into a void that is tough to avoid. But there's no way I'd stop, even amidst everything that has been happening. At the understanding that it still doesn't feel like I can escape from the reality. Both bases, myself, 12, the host in the brain, and yeah, a future where we're thinking of going. There may not even be a future. At least in the plans, well, 12 already had in his mind. And still there are many different theories about the entities within the 3-eye Atlas comet. Like, I think it would even mean anything. With the amount of propaganda that I still am reading in this AI space race crap. First things first, though, a little training of one of my favorite games. Start without a delay. Still, roll the weapon. Full 4K resolution. I'm still watching you, you know. Anyway. I'm in right now. Start the procedure as expected. Timer. It's all set. Final check before we go live. We don't start yet. But it ain't 5:30 a.m. local time, 6:30 a.m. JST as yet. And I may as well just read this quickly in Dexato, in the Dexato.com website. But I'll just read it as it is on screen. Sony is working on AI that senses games in real time. You know, like in MGS2. Sony has patented AI technology that would let it censor games in real time, potentially making adult titles more child-friendly. Since when will doing that make an advantage for the children that have been that sucked in all the AI slop, all the other garbage that is stunting their growth? No matter how hard I fight, let's be frank, even I don't think I have the capability to let this unleash. Still didn't stop me using replay buffer. Just checking my levels. And being the better hunter. Showtime. Usual agenda. Run hardcore. Just don't utilize any wave delay in here. The friendly fire feature stays off. And that's the gist, really. Add 5 on the well, 4 friendlies and 5 enemies, and then we're in. Do that. It'll be only time, and there'll be a bit of interference too. HCTDM. Martyr. Enter.
Light him up.
I'm out.
Yes, you are. Check him out. Levels. Just a bit excessive. Try it out. Need to still leave monitoring. Attack!
Dropped him.
We're winning this fight.
It's working as it should. Let's leave that at 70. That's the sweet spot. Was set at 80, but that might be a bit of excess with it. Adding compression in this mix at some. Just drown it out a bit more. But I mean, still rolling this. A 2012 game that I still roll because I still love it. Don't give me any excuses that Black Ops 7 is still superior to this game. It's never going to be. Never. And that's my opinion. Everyone else has theirs.
He's gone.
Still cut his throat. But when you use the proper
Enemy down.
tools,
Threat down.
it's still gonna be a blast. It's advised to not use the original Steam. Well,
He's gone.
getting the version's access via Steam because of the file corruption and the points of hack inside the game.
Sticky up.
There's a reason to still use plutonium.
Sticky going up.
Also, I tried IW4X just a while ago as well. Let me just refresh that channel. Another one just went off only there as well. Click. That's right, the other had a malfunction from the looks of it. Refresh that in about a minute.
Dropped him.
I like you know. I still do like the user's work.
Target spotted.
I'd rather just skip 2025 altogether, given the such, I don't know, deranged roller coaster ride of real, I don't know, environmental destruction more than intellectual destruction. It's running only one way. Rich gets richer. What in the blazes are you supposed to do when you see the system all blow up in your face, basically?
Sticky going out.
The additional proof that it's native 2160p, as well as consistently running at 240 with the settings all maxed out. In a GeForce RTX 5060 Ti GPU. Yep, and well, the CPU itself is the most powerful such CPU available. Well, amongst ones who follow AMD's processors.
EMP.
Ryzen 9950X3D.
Sticky out.
True. From what I will tell such soldiers now, yeah, the last great Black Ops game is still number 3. It's the whole Call of Duty thing's always, well, therefore I think, period relevant.
Charging EMP.
Weird too about many of the accuracies about this particular project. Figure if all that's fever dream stuff. Some more horrors really unfolded in just the last two months. Trump administration that's weaponizing these forms of AI, not to care one bit about the environment. Full steam ahead. It's really a sign they're going all in.
Down.
The Chinese still have won more than what the USA has won, in my opinion. We're too far ahead. It's slaughterhouse.
Pressing the fight. We're taking it to him.
That's confirmed.
Give me a friggin' break. Yeah, I'm still thrusting a separate button. They'll be letting the soldiers know that this is the way we used to live back in the 90s into the Y2K era. There's a few truths, but most of it isn't truth.
Brought the pain. Time to get paid.
Like I was promising myself, I was gonna refresh that page. Just removing the voice inside this time.
Hardcore team deathmatch.
HCTDM again. It'll be like this until I feel uncomfortable to continue. I've woken up nearly a full hour ago, by the way. Let's roll. Current time 5:40 a.m. local time, Chinese time, 6:40 a.m. JST, Japanese time, 9:49 p.m. UTC 0. Just check that again, that's correct. Well, it's the great smaller period, right? Between the, first Modern Warfare game in the series in 07 and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Many who just know it as simply Call of Duty Modern Warfare in the day. Some don't really call it Call of Duty 4. Like they don't call this one Call of Duty 9. Black Ops 2. This... If I count correctly, 23 iterations now? Not only have they been inflating, well, a big MF-ing cash cow, it screams and wants more! It wants more! And it seriously does! It's turned basically in a gacha system. Never gonna jump in a gacha. It's a form of gambling and it has and always will be. It's each jump for itself. easy to become a lying fool. Still, what's the biggest difference of this new monitor, which I've only had for roughly 2 weeks? 0.03 milliseconds gray to gray. Basically, in other words, instantaneous response. Though it would be relatively similar on MPRT. As long as it takes. The crash in the stock market that began earlier. The one panic button, the many times that's pressed by OpenAI itself. Well, that's at least my take. Still very staunchly against, or vehemently is against much of these actions by the villains. I'll say it that way. Bit too far ahead. I want to break. Okay. Even so, that wouldn't be a moment to rest. I rewatched Frozen Planets 2. It was something that come up. It was released 3 years ago, you know? Still social, and still many points that's still relevant. Much like Planet Earth 3, in fact, and The Green Planet. Between, well, few of us soldiers, it's still one of my favorite. Well, no, sort of, never underestimating old flames, but that's the situation to remember when everything was undone, starting from March 2025. When the systems were all overloaded. Within, well, OpenAI itself, after putting a new version that had image generation capability, but everyone else instead jumped in that Ghibli AI art trend. But not everyone knew the consequences! As a matter of fact, only a tiny fringe would only know how they felt at the time when their rages came from within themselves about the amount of actual damage. Well, that their system had, in fact, brought to the societies. Doors closed on this match. Cupping the feel. See the gist in a moment? Standby mode. Not everything I speak about is relating to artificial intelligence, but more recently, amidst the feeling that everything else has been feeling the same, more recently, most aren't even taking risks anymore. That's the feeling in my head. Worse, there's something pretty fucking horrific. And we can't stop it! No, we can't! I proudly boast I can stream at 120 FPS and even 240 FPS as well. Yeah, and amongst that, the ability as well in streaming at native 4K 2160p. As well. Massive accomplishments in my streaming career. That's all I do know. It's still 12 inside. Just an empty case with what was Rizatriptan. Had to take one last night. Around 10 o'clock. There's another wherever I go, he goes thing. I feel like I've already fallen. It's been hacked 2 months ago. This is a question mark if there is any other place we can run. It wouldn't be a wise move to cower. If we still love each other, we need to find another way to express it. Yeah, I know there's been that feeling between 12 and myself. There's someone else in the world that loves us for what we are. Albeit we're not perfect, and we never will be. But leave it to chance. But is that really wise? That's understandable about 12's mental state deteriorated a freaking lot. But that's the truth. His mental state really had deteriorated to the point that he's losing the battle. He's giving up a bit. And it won't be long until that he feels like he can't fight on any further. The artificial intelligence inside of quite a range of systems. But it does feel there is that spring of all that anti-Semitism stuff. Also, at the same time, at the time of this broadcast, they are talking of, well, the case files of when the Justice Department's starting to release documents and case files on Jeffrey Epstein himself. Do you think anyone else would remember about just what it had taken? That and, well, I think, I don't know if it was a current rap? Unbanned rapper or whatever? Wiz Khalifa, who's sentenced. Avatar, Fire and Ash. This is something else that's been spoken about in some circles too. S.O.B. gets what he deserves. But it's been very, very long overdue. Who'd been thinking it was a protege of Snoop Dogg himself? I don't know, but that's what's going on anyway. That's what I at least picked up from AP News anyway. A bit fecked up. That's not what you'd expect. But just recently, many websites have been forced the advertisement spook stuff. Speed kills, kid. Get back in the action, I say. Let's do it. You still need to find a purpose. This still gives me comfort. All set. Let's move now. Yeah, still, it isn't because it's a form of getting pessimistic for no reason. There is still a light. But it's too bad that few have even been very active talking about it. Too bad, given some of them don't know that much better. The zits in the brain. When you find the patterns, it works. You sometimes have to use your instincts. In many respects, like nature. You're letting the Sun She go. You're really going to be losing a really important soldier in the fight against this AI dogma. Eager for that Waifu Task Force game. I'm playing an alpha build of it. We'll still roll on, of course. It's the secret stuff that excites the mind. It may not always be comfortable, I'll say. Usually you need to be punished a lot before you eventually get better. Only way to get better is to understand how much you get punished before you eventually become one that usurps over the enemies. Usually CPUs. Something that you don't learn overnight, and your performance is never consistent. It never is and never will be. It's on a bit of a bad phase at the moment, but we can clear this up easy. Just don't stick my own neck too far. Thought I killed that target. I was just a bit too low. Wouldn't be stupid enough to think I'd fall twice. Still not as easy to get the small nuances right. It's still easier to pick this game up over, say, the newest iterations of the Call of Duty series. With certain other games, I'm very staunchly against the Arc Raiders experience personally. I'll never play that game. Doesn't matter if there's premiums, but it's definitely Concord all over again, but it's not as unsuccessful a project as that is. As a matter of fact, it's through all the promises, Embark once again fell short, in my opinion. I don't get the addiction loop of that at all. It's doggone boring. Escape from Tarkov has much more than what, well, much more content, I'll say, than in comparison, of course, with Arc Raiders, but it's being too harsh. But it is true. It may be deep for some new soldiers of the game, but that's one that would change your life for the worse. So don't try it! That's what I've been advising some of the soldiers in the underground for just a while now. Yeah, what else may I add? This is a tight battle, but I started off poorly. It's never, especially when they lock the target in. Enemies better than you are sometimes. See what I'm talking about? You think you've won, but you've lost. Exactly like that. You learn to try to improve little by little by little by little. Isn't it also a reason that I'm improving in the boomer shooter genre as well? And I know we've lost so much in this light. Keep saying it to him light, and it feels appropriate. It's lost end of game now. I'm not wasting my time on grinding it to the end. I could do that on Modern Warfare 2, but I can't do it here. I mean, IW4X, excuse me. Yeah, in IW4X though. Don't embrace the paranoia. What's gonna take? Never understood about the joke about Avi there yet. Firstly, because that ended up really being one. It's an abomination, but apparently there was very few forms of AI that's been utilized in the game, but still. Nah, I don't really want to explain that stuff that has felt like a joke. But why waste your time? Still do this because I still have that commitment in my brain to never stop streaming. But Honey Hollow. That was one of the games I run recently. You still have to try to pass the stage. Well, in the free version. You restrained only to one character at the start. I did eventually get it in the head. I just assumed it was an automatic feeling. Sometimes there's this sense if you've been in there for long enough. Stay in place! And don't leave! 10 seconds. Now. I have no idea how in the fuck that happened. You don't know? That never should have happened at all. That's at least in my opinion. Well, if it wins, but just sometimes that's the nature. I still don't know. Nah, I don't care. We move on to the next fight, and that's the point here. Well, battle, kill or be. Sorry, the battle or kill or be killed. Then rinse and repeat if the circle. Yeah, battle, kill or be killed, rinse, repeat. Respawn, rinse, repeat. Or rinse, respawn, rinse, respawn, repeat. Right, it's a points where it became a doggone joke. Sorry, it is. The other stuff about the retarded white suburban motherfuckers. Some rednecks without even knowing the rules of the realities. Tend to sometimes get a bit extreme. But they're not all those aren't evil inside either. Not all of them are. Still in those days before. It's another beast that could assist your mind through some of the really dark times, but it's been too long as well since on the times letting that unveil. And you get back and it feels like too many have left the scene. But they don't know it's a silent AI systems is really a silent killer that works behind the scenes to crack the, minds of many of the humans that play those players. In it, this has left another system where it still suffers through different degrees, the different layers of turbulence. It's the points about the timings is critical. 8 points leading. 10 points leading. But yeah, anti-Semitism and other forms of hatred have spread, just like it's its own plague. Soon enough I'll explain, but that's why I don't endorse in my work. Find the joy or the happiness in playing the games that work. Not the stuff that does not work, where you don't know if it's a case that works in or out. Just keep finding the stuff that, you know, suits the soldier's strengths. CS2's another that I know still works for me. Just gonna go in aggressively. No effect. Lines are off. Few more and then it's done. And take another break. One more kill. One of the allies did it. That's it just now. Lay back, take a break. Return shortly. We'll still communicate this way. 6:15 a.m. Yes. Turbulence. It's a dangerous system that they play. The stock market's risen once more today. Just continue an auspice of lying to the world. I didn't get any new information to really share. The journey's not been easy. For something to do, just watch, just do it. Just to watch the events. 2 maps. Showtime. Bring it, well, it's domination. Empty spaces. If the many will be aware of the positions, the role, it was something that lay in check. Yeah, most already know the rules. And many know the nooks and crannies as well. Remove that GEKIDO Bases Project logo. Those systems just as they are. Yeah, no, just alleviate stuff that alleviated the mind, nature programs, and it also returned me back into the other realities of the many big companies. In the form of the fishing, the deforestation, other forms of destruction of habitat, multiple things of that ilk. Places me and the understanding as well about what exactly artificial intelligence systems of recent has done to society and to the environment as well. I would never forget. Yes, whatever the other situation. Yeah, it can be easy to get bored in your head. Was hearing the STGR stuff. Back in the house once more, so to speak. Yeah, won't say anything. The different manipulations, the taints, and further destroys the legacies and history from, say, 70s era, 80s era, 90s era, noughties era, or Y2K era. Soldiers that we lived through all those experiences still should be glad to a degree that we still have analog contents that cannot be removed so straightforward in a manner that you know was done by an actual photographer, instead of to continue to warp the histories. But it still goes on. But to recognizing the old days, you never took many showers back then. And lines can be further fluffed, you may say. Broken. Well, in relation of the weather, it's a bit warm. The intention to keep speaking around. The different degrees of impact. To continue to watch. Wasn't able to deliver a triple kill play there. Nope. Anyway. No, but it's... still isn't the simple. As simple, excuse me. In the pick up and play mechanisms of the past. Yeah, a few other hurdles have to be jumped over firsthand. In some of the programs now that's being utilized to corrupt and further break further memory, but should never then manipulate through one form over another form. Still, that's what has been going on, but there are some realities. Just checking all the AI-generated artwork in a few of the websites. Normally, there's no point to joke. There've been much more of the other instances that combining, well, authentic imagery and other visual content mostly, which was created by them, and yeah, the volume of AI generated informations and other visual content, known as slop in some people's worlds, itself is a disease. But because this digital plague really took too many other soldiers out, still can't walk away. have to still be at the forefront, in the front line. Even if it feels like the struggle is too much for me. Never dare stop. Well, the project, the Aronov Live 12 project now is in its 11th year. But still doing this without any profit. Some of the games, yeah, I have to pay for before playing them. Been multiple rumors as well. It's entering, well, the video game industry itself entering a real dark phase or dark age. Made described as further manifest. Our emprise. Dramatically inflated. Making the early move was an advantage. Yeah, then suddenly, RAM stock increased almost to twice, maybe 2.5 times as much in price. It skyrocketed, as they say. Other stories sometimes are left, well, ignored by some other members of the communities. A lot of the stories that sometimes they don't really read properly. Vintage tech. And some having new life. Or to proving through many forms of modifying at the hardware level. More retrofit. Mind you, it isn't exactly successful. That and others speaking about the trading card games, which has become itself freaking crazy in both good and bad ways. Need a light back. Need to lie down for a while. Briefly, nodded my head. You know the rules.
We've taken control.
Just let that run. Domination once again. Need to leave if you excuse me.
Losing A. Securing Bravo. Securing Bravo. Losing Alpha.
Topping off, stand by.
Friendly UAV inbound. Hostile UAV above.
Let's go. On your feet.
Securing B. Securing Bravo. Friendly lightning strike inbound. UAV inbound. We pulled forward.
On your feet.
Friendly lightning strike inbound. Securing Charlie. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Losing B.
Enemy control.
Losing B.
Maybe time I get. Yeah. This will be the last. Which I'll watch. Yeah. And then yeah.
UAV away.
Closing doors. The nap wasn't that much of excitement, but
I've got you.
Lightning strike awaiting coordinates.
On your feet.
Losing B. Friendly lightning strike inbound. Dragonfire ready for deployment. Losing B.
Enemy control.
Enemy to Bravo.
Transitioning.
Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Securing Bravo.
Vulcan 1-1 is wheeled up over your position. Working sensor tasking.
Flash out. On your feet.
Securing Bravo.
Tag it with whip.
Hostile UAV above.
Pushing your location. Time.
Friendly lightning strike inbound.
Confirmed UKIA.
Securing B.
Targets.
B secure.
Just watch this for
Lightning strike
until it's
coordinates
done.
received inbound.
And after that, you have to quit. End the stream. And just the mindset is,
Losing Alpha.
mentally, I'm just not in the right places. Put it that way.
Friendly UAV inbound.
Single shooter.
Securing C. Losing Bravo. Losing Bravo. Friendly lightning strike inbound.
This is all I really can do tonight.
Get moving!
Well, we'll guarantee though as well.
Hostile UAV above. Losing B.
Way too many liars in Silicon Valley.
Lightning strike inbound.
I give up even to sit and listen to
Losing Bravo.
the scum today. Or in the future.
Reloading!
The continuous lies that they keep spreading. Brings a bit of humanity within OpenAI of recent. This isn't exactly the first time in the last couple of months.
All flags
Can't
secured.
forget what
Hold your
happened about the
positions. UAV
debacle after Sora 2 came out.
Friendly lightning strike inbound.
In Gemini 3. And of the reality that nah,
Losing A.
this never should have been well bloated the way it is.
Losing C.
Is BS of transhumanism or evangelism.
Friendly orbital VSAT online.
Nah, there's no future. They think they're building, of course, a new system without the people who respect freedom and to love each other and love themselves. But if they keep on this same directions, few would succeed in the system, and the purpose and understanding about the relentless destruction of the many environments both in land and in sea. Yep, and to an extent of the air as well, but more so at land and at sea.
Frag out!
Still won't explain why I feel
Flash out!
getting back and watching those nature programs. BBC Earth. But it reignites, it may at some level reignite a trauma. Although in my mind, it returns me back into the realities that still letting the system suffer. Then recognizing that other story that used to just be,
Took B.
well, at first unreal, but makes sense after watching it again and again and again.
Is online.
The cyanobacteria, which are the first molecules, or supposedly, of being the first molecules able to generate oxygen.
Securing Alpha.
And without
UAV above.
you know, its actual existence, where it could have been a different type of life altogether.
Hold your positions. Losing Charlie.
From a 2022 documentary.
Inbound.
It makes you question, is the other entities coming back home for a new age?
UAV inbound.
Clearly,
Objective almost complete. Don't quit now.
darkness.
UAV awaiting orders.
Still will commit to continue to stream daily.
Friendly Lodestar inbound.
This is almost done, by the way, and once it's done here, then the door's closed. Can't go no further, I'm afraid to say. 2 more points, that's it.
Never a doubt. Good job.
Okay. So that's it. The stream's about to end. Still remember exactly what I said before because it's still important. That is all. Door's closed. Stream is over. Close it.